Have you ever wondered if history might look different from another perspective? In the Silk Roads, Peter Frankopan shifts our focus from a Western-centric view, placing Asia and the Middle East at the heart of world history. He reveals how these ancient roots shaped economics, politics, religion, and culture, deeply influencing the modern world. This book received 4.2 stars on Goodreads, providing readers with a fresh perspective on history, helping us understand how interconnectedness profoundly shaped human civilization. If you like this video, don't forget to support the channel by liking and subscribing. Stay tuned for additional book recommendations with similar insights at the end. The Silk Roads, A New History of the World, by Peter Frankopan. The Ancient World's Original Globalization. Networks of exchange more than just silk. The Silk Roads connected Asia, Europe, Africa, and the Middle East, enabling not only silk, but also spices, gold, ideas, and technology to flow across continents. Picture bustling markets filled with goods from distant lands, silks from China, spices from India, gold from Africa, all exchanged freely. These trade networks didn't just move commodities, they spread cultures and ideas, laying the foundation for global interconnectedness. The power of silk as a symbol. Silk became more than a luxury. It symbolized wealth, status, and diplomatic prestige across continents. Kings, emperors, and aristocrats craved silk, paying enormous sums to obtain it. Think of silk as an ancient status symbol, driving commerce and political alliances. Its desirability established vast economic networks and encouraged international diplomacy and cultural exchange. Religions traveling the Silk Roads. Alongside goods, religions like Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, and Zoroastrianism spread widely along these routes. Picture monks, priests, and scholars traveling extensively, bringing new ideas and spiritual teachings to distant communities. This religious and cultural transmission deeply influenced societies, sparking tolerance, dialogue, and vibrant intellectual exchanges that shaped civilizations profoundly. Great cities born from trade. Vibrant cities like Kashgar, Baghdad, Constantinople, and Samarkand flourished along the Silk Roads, becoming hubs of wealth and culture. Envision thriving urban centers with crowded marketplaces, bustling with merchants, artisans, and travelers from every corner of the globe. These trade cities became prosperous economic powerhouses, fostering artistic, scientific, and cultural innovations that defined an era. Bit to remember: the Silk Roads created ancient globalization, connecting continents through trade, cultural exchange, religious interaction, and thriving urban centers. Empires rise and fall on the Silk Roads. Persia and Rome, rivals linked by trade. The Roman and Persian empires often clashed militarily, but were economically interdependent due to trade along the Silk Roads. Consider these empires as rivals who simultaneously depended on each other's prosperity. While conflicts erupted frequently, the exchange of goods remained constant, showing how interconnected economic interests can coexist with political rivalry. The rise of the Islamic Golden Age. The Silk Roads played a pivotal role in sparking the Islamic Golden Age, a period marked by remarkable advancements in science, medicine, philosophy, and mathematics. Major cities like Baghdad became bustling intellectual hubs, attracting scholars from various cultures and faiths. Think of these cities as vibrant knowledge centers, where groundbreaking ideas, like algebra and groundbreaking medical techniques, flourished, reshaping global understanding and innovation for centuries to come. Ottoman revival of Silk Road prosperity. Following the Mongol decline, the Ottoman Empire revitalized the Silk Roads by controlling strategic trade routes connecting east and west. Picture Istanbul as a vibrant crossroads, blending cultures and commerce seamlessly. Under Ottoman control, trade routes flourished once again, demonstrating how strategic positioning can restore economic prosperity and cultural vibrancy. European exploration changes the game. European voyages of exploration in the 15th century redirected global trade from land-based Silk Roads to maritime routes, reducing Central Asia's economic importance. Imagine new sea routes as highways redirecting economic power to Europe. This fundamental shift reshaped global dynamics, paving the way for European dominance and dramatically altering world trade patterns. Bit to remember. Control of Silk Road routes dramatically shaped the rise and fall of empires, underscoring the intertwined nature of trade, power, and prosperity. Conflict, cooperation, and cultural fusion. Wars driven by economic ambition. Many historical conflicts were fueled by competition for Silk Road dominance, with empires battling for control over profitable trade routes. Think of wars not just as territorial disputes, but as battles over economic resources and trade opportunities. Understanding this economic motivation reveals deeper insights into why major historical conflicts erupted along these lucrative paths. Diplomacy through economic exchange. Despite frequent conflicts, trade encouraged diplomacy and peaceful cooperation. Merchants and envoys often acted as informal diplomats, promoting mutual understanding and economic collaboration. Consider trade caravans as ambassadors of peace, bridging cultural differences and fostering international alliances. This economic diplomacy mitigated political tensions, creating stability through shared economic interests. Cultural exchange amid political rivalries. Remarkably, cultural exchanges continued even during political tensions. Travelers, merchants, and scholars shared knowledge, technologies, and philosophies regardless of political climates. Visualize intellectual exchanges occurring freely across political boundaries, enriching societies and promoting innovation independently of official politics. This ongoing cultural dialogue deeply influenced civilizations. Trade's unifying power. Ultimately, trade routes unified diverse cultures more powerfully than political alliances could. Merchants created lasting bonds across continents, promoting tolerance and understanding. Think of trade as veins carrying cultural and economic lifeblood between distant communities, creating an enduring interconnectedness that transcended political divisions. Bit to remember. Trade along the Silk Roads sparked both conflicts and cooperation, continuously fostering cultural fusion, diplomacy, and lasting global connections. Modern Silk Roads and global challenges. The strategic rediscovery of Central Asia. Today, Central Asia and the Middle East regain importance due to their vast resources and strategic locations. Powerful nations compete for influence over these modern Silk Road regions, reminiscent of historic rivalry. Consider these regions as a modern battleground for economic and geopolitical influence, shaping contemporary global politics. China's Belt and Road Initiative. China's Belt and Road Initiative aims to recreate modern Silk Roads, building infrastructure connecting Asia, Europe, and Africa. Envision a massive network of roads, railways, and ports reshaping global trade. While promising economic growth and connectivity, this initiative also raises concerns about political influence, debt sustainability, and geopolitical tensions. Economic cooperation amid political rivalry. Modern Silk Roads feature cooperation alongside intense rivalry, highlighting today's complex geopolitical landscape. Picture nations engaged in vigorous economic exchanges even amid political disagreements, demonstrating how interconnectedness produces both benefits and friction simultaneously. Environmental and ethical challenges. Modern infrastructure projects along the Silk Roads pose significant environmental and ethical challenges. Large-scale development threatens ecosystems, raising questions about sustainability and human rights. Imagine balancing economic growth with environmental preservation and ethical considerations. Addressing these issues is essential for sustainable development and global cooperation. Bit to remember. Today's Silk Roads illustrate history's enduring influence, highlighting contemporary economic opportunities and complex global challenges, from geopolitical rivalry to environmental responsibility. If you enjoyed this summary, check out these books: Guns, Germs, and Steel by Jared Diamond, Why Nations Fail by Darren Acemoglu and James Robinson, The Great Game by Peter Hopkirk, Prisoners of Geography by Tim Marshall, Collapse: How Societies Choose to Fail or Succeed by Jared Diamond, 1491, New Revelations of the Americas Before Columbus by Charles Mann,